Let me know if you can hear me. Yes, so I could not connect. Virginia didn't come on the live, so I had my other daughter to come and see if we can make it work. And for some reason, it didn't let me add her, like just didn't work at all. Like it said add the person, I added, and it just wouldn't work, wouldn't go live. So let me know if you can hear me, and I'm just gonna go through with it anyways. It says live right now, so let me know. I hope you can see me. I don't see anything. I don't see it working though, because it should at least it should show up, right? I mean, the video should be playing. Back. Okay, let me just see. Anything? Upcoming. Okay, one says live. That one is playing. Oh, okay. So that's good. All right, let me just check the audio. I can see and hear you. So okay, is the audio okay? Because I mean, I don't. This is just a phone audio. And just let me just see for a second. Okay, it's working. So yeah, that would be a call. So okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do well the whole thing anyway. And since I'm here, and welcome Sophie. Let me know how you are doing, how your mom is doing. You know how you guys are managing everything, and how you're um, how you're dealing with things today. So today what I'm gonna do in this video, it's not a video, it's a live. My daughter was supposed to come on. She, for some reason, she didn't show up, and she does not live with me anymore. So I will. Oh, sorry about that. I will go through the pointers that I have put down, and I'm gonna go through everything. And if you have any questions or if you like to add anything, ask in the chat. You're welcome to ask and add anything in the chat. Hello, Alan. How you doing? Hey, hey. First of all, so for those of you who don't know or what epilepsy is, okay, I would like to just go and where's my thing? Nope, that's not it. Eh, I think I lost my last chat. Okay, so I write things down because I don't want to miss anything. So I'm gonna what is the name? My name? My name is Elena. This is an epilepsy channel. Do you have epilepsy, Alan? Do you have seizures? This is about epilepsy, okay? This is a support, yes, this is a support group for people with epilepsy. And this live is about that. I was trying to have it set up with my daughter. I guess she had an appointment earlier. She maybe not. She maybe didn't make it in time. So epilepsy, for those of you who don't know, and this is the first time, the epilepsy is a medical condition that affects the brain and causes recurring seizures. A seizure happens when there is an abnormal surge of electrical activity in the brain. This can make a person temporarily lose control of their body, experience strange sensations, or lose consciousness. So, what happens is that a lot of people don't know what epilepsy is, or they have certain idea what seizures are. And it is important to know and find out as much as it is possible not just for the knowledge of it, even if you have, you know, if anything happens around you and you can help someone who has a seizure. Yes, I do speak Spanish, Alan. Yes. If someone has a seizure and other people know how to help people, then that's a great thing to know. uh, Now, one more thing I want to say about epilepsy before, so this is for all new people who come in. Epilepsy can vary a lot from person to person. So some people might have mild seizures that barely affect them, while others could have more severe episodes. There are different types of seizures too. So some involve just part of the brain, while others affect the whole brain. Now, oh, are you going? Alan, do you speak Spanish? This is a support group, so this was just an introduction to let people know what epilepsy is if someone happens to come on this live the first time. And if you have any questions, you are welcome to ask, and you are welcome to interact, okay, in the chat. Okay, hopefully we have two people already. Okay, so I'm gonna go over what I had ready for today. Okay, so everything threw me off because I tried setting it up and it didn't work, but here we are. So today's session is about living with epilepsy. So it's emotional support and coping strategies. Okay, this is a live stream, so Alan, sorry that you want to go, but so this is a live stream, so you are welcome to ask questions. You are welcome to share what your experience with epilepsy is, and you are welcome to tell us what type of seizures you have, what your concerns are, and etc. Okay, so epilepsy, advice and emotional support, live Q&A. This is what this live is all about today. All right, so I'm gonna go through some things that, since there's no questions, I don't see any right now. I'm gonna go through some of the things that I have written down, and sorry guys, I'm doing this from my bed because I'm in a lot of pain. So I have my own health issues that I am dealing with, and coping with it the best way I can. So I did the introduction to epilepsy, meaning for you guys to know what epilepsy is, and common misconceptions. So, it happens when people don't know what epilepsy is. They could try, oh, put the spoon in the person's mouth. Never put anything in a person's mouth. Make sure that that the airway is free, that they can breathe when they come out of the seizure, if it's a tonic-clonic, and they are safe, that there's no items around. So this is the safety of the epilepsy. Okay. There's a lot of emotion, a lot of emotional stuff going on. So it has a huge impact on people who have epilepsy. Uh, again, depending on their lifestyle, depending on how bad the seizures are, and just how much they affect, how many seizures they have, and how they affect them in daily life. The quality of life may may be very 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 different from the quality of life that they might have known before they had seizures. Okay, so this is something that people who, let's say, who have not had seizures before and they happen to start having them, they suffer a lot. Okay, a lot of emotional. My daughter is the one who has the epilepsy. She started having seizures, well, that I know of, since she was 13 years old, and I was not aware for her first couple of seizures. I didn't know what it was. Okay, and so that's why education about epilepsy is very important. Okay, and so it has affected her tremendously. Okay, because you have to change your lifestyle. Hi Adi, how you doing? Malik, hello, welcome to the live, guys. What type of seizures, Adi, do you have? If you like to share any, stories that you have about yourself, or you like to share what type of epilepsy you have, that is a wonderful thing. Uh, so, um, the emotional impact on the lives is huge. Okay, and I'm gonna go through the pointers of the coping with anxiety and depression more than anything, because people have to make so many changes in their lives that the anxiety is a huge thing. It's very common, and depression is very, very common because of the lifestyle that has to be led when you live with epilepsy. Okay, so I'm going to go over some strategies for managing mental health and challenges. Okay, related to epilepsy. All right. I'm going to give some support for caregivers. So this is something that I want to probably have like a separate live, just for caregivers. I don't know if that's going to be necessary. That might be. But I think it will bring a lot of people, a lot of moms, dads, brothers, sisters, siblings, friends, support and help to understand people who have seizures, to help them, how you can help them, how you can better understand them, right? So that, at some point I may have completely separate lives for that. Okay, and dealing with the stigma, you guys, I'm gonna go over the stigma. So, um, Ali, yes, Adi, my English is not very good, but I hope you understand. Yes, I do. I have many types of seizures, okay? Either or without lost consciousness. Okay, so Adi, so did my daughter Virginia, okay? She um so right now it seems like she is mainly having, or back many years later, that she's back on mainly tonic clonic seizures. But throughout her life and throughout changing medication and throughout all the changes in her life that she had many different types of seizures. The same with or without consciousness. Through some of them she was conscious, and through some of them she was not. Okay, and I actually we have a lot of videos. I could not catch all of the seizures on camera, but I did have some of them on camera. And the reason I did that is, especially Virginia, my daughter, she wanted to, help others. And she says, Mom, it's okay. I'd like to, help others to understand epilepsy better. And so we did, we did capture a lot of seizures. and different types of seizures are explained in the videos as well. Okay, so one of the things that I like to share is because of, all the emotional impact and especially depression and stuff like that, for you guys um, to have a support system, either at home or outside home or both. The best is, both. If you can, if you have family who is good to you, who supports you, who cares, who, who teaches themselves about, what epilepsy is and what seizures are and how to make things better for you. All right, then that's a great support system. As well as I have also more experiences spirituals in seizure. Oh, okay. Well, that happens as well. Uh, so I'm not gonna share what my daughter have, but she had different experiences as well, and she had. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. She had shared a lot of them as well. Okay, with me, and well, since those are private, I will probably, maybe one day she's gonna want to share some of it with you guys as well. All right, so going back to building support system. Okay, the one thing that I'd like to say is, now, what kind of support system do you guys have? um the one thing I did for her is, because at the beginning I did not know much about epilepsy, so you kind of learn as you go. And I have we live in Toronto, so I have uh, had her going to support groups. Okay, at that time she was a teenager, so she was a young teenager, and she said throughout, all the time, that this was the best thing that she did, that she joined the support groups. Guys, you need to reach out to, support groups outside of outside of your home, because we need interaction with other people. Okay, now she met a lot of friends over there. She made friends with people who understood her, who who they went out together. They became a really nice close together group. People who they just understood each other. So it was a wonderful, wonderful thing for her. You are in Romania. Okay, Aldi says I'm in Romania, and more people don't know about me. I have epilepsy because more time is just like I slept um, instantaneous. Okay, so you uh, have the atonic where you fall down and you kind of um, just fall. It looks like you fall asleep. Yeah, so those are atonic when the body just drops. So Virginia had some of those. She had others as well. She had tonic, many, many different types. So you guys can go over the videos that we have. We have a big library of videos, and go through that, and look at the ones that are there. Uh, Europe is completely different now. I was born and raised in Poland. Okay, so it is, the life over there is different. It's, especially in those times. Uh, so my idea of what or what epilepsy was a person falls down and and shakes and has like that. But educating yourself about what epilepsy is and different types of seizures is a very, very important thing, especially with anybody in your family or your friends has it. Okay. When I stay, so Adi says, when I stay in Chai of public transport, I have seizure, but look like I slept for 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, so you have absent seizures. Okay. Absent seizures. Do you close your eyes? Are your eyes open? Um, yeah, Virginia had a lot of absent seizures. At some point, she had like hundreds of them in a day. So that's a thing, that happens to a lot of people. Sorry about that, guys. I'm gonna turn off. Oh no, if I go, I think I'm gonna lose the. I'm gonna put up with with the notifications. Sorry about that. Um. Okay, so let's go over the list that I want to ask you, Adi. So you take public transport, and so like, do you go to school? Are you at school age? So when Virginia was going to school, she it is also very important, guys, to have, especially if you have kids at school or a person who is in school right now, to get your school educated about epilepsy, okay? Now, uh, Sophie, are you still there? Now, Sophie had to, really push her school to, to start educating themselves because, once you kind of, if you're in the biggest cities, there's a little bit more, or there's a lot more, I would say exposure to everything. So people are more open to learning new things. But, like I had to, in one of the schools, Virginia was lucky enough in her high school that she had, over there, she had a vice president who had a very difficult life. She did not have epilepsy, but she did have a lot of difficulties growing up, and issues with her health. So she understood, and she actually had uh, other teachers. She had meeting with other teachers, explaining them to them how to deal with that. And it is very, very important that the schools have it, that the teachers know how to um, how to deal with the seizure when it happens, because in different types of seizures, especially tonic-clonic or even atonic, because somebody's life may depend on it. So that's why it is so important. Okay. um Adi says, Jesus is my best doctor. He talked to me always. I have trust in him 100%. So that is wonderful. Okay. Now, your spiritual life, if that's something that is working for you, that is wonderful, and that you can uh, actually reach out, in your spirituality, and have that support. Okay. Now, I want to tell you guys that I'm doing this from my bed because I have my own issues with health, so I would not be able to do it, sitting down for a prolonged time, and that's why I'm doing this from from the bed. Okay, so let's go down the list. Self-care practices. Okay. Um, so building support system. So we went quickly. Building your support system with your friends, going out with friends, guys. Make sure that you push yourself to go out. Make sure that you really, really push to to exercise, to eat healthy. Those are very, very, very important. Your diet is very important. Your sleep cycles are very important. So, on the sleep, it wasn't on my list yet, but it's on my list down the road. So I'm going to start with this, okay? There's something called a circadian rhythm, and circadian rhythm, what it is um, the body is alert and awake during the day, okay, because of the input of the light that we get. And now we have our artificial light and whatnot. So a lot of people are completely out of tune, with the and with not living, by the circadian rhythm, which means sleeping at night and being awake during the day. It is very important, okay? And a lot of people, myself included, I have led a nightlife which is very unhealthy. The best life is being, up and about and being outside as much as possible during the day to get your vitamin D, to get your fresh air, even if it is fresh Toronto or New York air, okay? And to sleep at night. Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit more about sleep after I read Addie's note here. Addie says, I don't have trust in medication, I have trust in Jesus. Jesus says to me, I'm blessed and my epilepsy is a gift because in seizure I am with Jesus. Okay, so yes, now that's spirituality is very important. Okay, that is your internal support system, which is clearly working for you and it's making you happy. So that is wonderful. Okay, you need that support system. Now, do you go out with friends, Adi? Uh, so I myself, I take a lot of different medications. Okay, I'm already older, so as people get older, they start taking more medications. Um, and now my daughter is the one. She is on for her epilepsy. She's on one, two, three different kind of medications and some supplements and some other ones for other issues. Okay, so many times because yeah, of the epilepsy, people have or develop other health issues as well. So they have to deal with that on top of everything else, right? That's not funny. But so it took us 13, 23, 33. It took us 23, 13. Well, I think about more than 15 years to find um, proper, they call it cocktail, but it's not cocktail, proper seizure medication. Um, you know, you have to make sure that the medications don't interact. So she she was been on different ones throughout the years, and I'm pretty sure that has affected her um, in developing different types of seizures as well. And now don't forget that seizure medication may cause seizures, all right? So, that's something to look at, and always make sure that you are close in contact with a neurologist. Nowadays, now here in Canada, it's very difficult because our medical system has mm, really, really took a huge downfall. Okay. Uh, our ancestor says epilepsy is a gift. She called them sacred disease. Sacred disease. Okay. So, uh, okay, let me go through. So we went through managing. We didn't go to managing stress. Okay, the support system is very important. So we went through family, friends, and community. Okay, so do you guys go? Uh, also, Dostoevsky have epilepsy and was okay. Yes, actually, a lot of people who have been, very known throughout history have had epilepsy. And yes, you can have an okay. You can have a good life, with epilepsy. All right. So as I was saying earlier, you go through different difficulties depending on how much your seizures affect your life. Okay. Um, everything, whatever is going on in your life, guys, really put emphasis on making it better. Okay. Whatever it is, however you feel, always strive to make it better. Okay, this is how we all live. I wanted to go through, I still have a lot of things here, but I wanted to talk about, uh, doing, yeah, going through a depression. Okay, because of the lifestyle changes that a lot of people have to make. So some people, they're born with seizures. They are born with epilepsy. So this is all they know. Okay. Now for parents, and for siblings, this is also a very difficult time. And so, helping people who have seizures is very important, okay? Supporting them, making sure that they're okay, helping them to learn new things, helping them with their tasks, understanding them, okay? More than anything, understanding how they feel. Like my daughter, she didn't want to, many times, she didn't want to share how she felt because she said, I felt like, I can say probably crap all of the time or most of the time, okay? And she says, I just didn't want to say it. And I said, well, you gotta share. You gotta share, you gotta be open, okay? And you gotta let me know, if how you're feeling, so I can, if you need something, or I can help you, or we can do something fun or something exciting, or always find, something to do to help your mood and to change your mood, okay, to change how you feel. So the change of state is very important. This is one thing that I have taught her, and you have to teach yourself. Okay, when you feel depressed, when you feel the anxiety, you have to learn how to deal with anxiety. And we are all individuals. Okay, we are all different, and we all feel differently, we all react to different things differently. So understanding on what is the best way of you dealing with anxiety, you got to learn, you got to go through it. Okay, you got to go through different ways until you find the one that works for you. Okay, now there are different ways of dealing with anxiety. So to deal with anxiety is you need to change your state. Okay, and obviously reaching out to someone who can help you navigate around that. That is a great thing. One of the quick changes of state can happen if you're breathing. So proper breathing. If you have anxiety, make sure you breathe properly. Okay, for to stop the anxiety. Or drink a glass of water. Okay, don't drink it too fast. Just drink a glass of water. If you need another glass of water, drink another one. It will change your state for sure, okay? Because this is, sometimes it's a chemical change. So it will happen. Breathing will help to change the state. And how to deal with depression, you also need support system for that, okay? To learn how you deal with your own depression, okay? What is it that you can do? Do you like to watch comedy? If you like to watch funny videos, okay? Virginia loves to watch, cat and dog videos. We had cats, we had dogs. Guys, for support system, if you can get a cat or a dog for your loved ones, then you can help your loved one to deal with it, because pets are wonderful support. Okay, they love you unconditionally, uh, and that's a huge thing. Okay, because yeah, family, you're not there 24/7, but the animals are practically almost 24/7 around you. Okay, they come to you. When people are away, the animals come around and they give you that unconditional love. It's wonderful. So that's one of my huge things that I would suggest. If you are getting a dog, and you have, remember that you're probably gonna be the one who's gonna have to be taking that dog out all the time, okay, making, feed it and stuff. But it's a great support system, and it's a huge, huge plus in the emotional well-being of your loved one. Okay, Adi says, when I was young, I have more depression, but in time when Jesus talked to me is divine. Okay, it's working for you. I am very, very happy. Ah, Jesus loves you. You are blessed with the sacred disease. Okay, so yes, great support system. Now, church or whatever belief that you have can be a huge, spiritual life can be a huge support system as well. Okay, any social gathering. I know for a fact, like when I'm most of the time myself, I'm very sick, so I don't really want to go because of the pain I'm gonna feel. So I don't go. But sometimes if I could, I would push myself, and that's what I suggest, that you push yourself to go outside. You push yourself um, to go out and socialize. It's very, very important. Okay, so yeah, we can have friends online, of course, through the videos, and this is also a great way of getting that love and that social support that you need. Okay, uh, it's great when you can do it in person as well. So when you can, make that effort to go out, to go out to the movies with friends, to go out for a tea, or to park, spend some time, go play, with friends, and do whatever you can. Yes, absolutely. Uh, so, uh, one other thing that I want to talk is mindfulness and meditation. Okay, so using mindfulness techniques to manage anxiety and emotion. Are you okay, sweetie? Oh, that's my doggy. She's been having a little bit of breathing problems. Okay, so mindfulness and meditation. So meditation is not for everyone, okay? I do encourage you guys. It doesn't matter if you never tried it, if you don't think, you don't believe in it, or whatever. I do encourage, to try it with in different ways, okay? With different techniques, because meditation is not the same as meditation is not the same as other meditation. Okay, so guided meditation will be guided by different people. It will be have different background music. It will have a different voice. It will have a lot of different aspects that if you watch two meditation sessions and you say, oh, that's not for me, you would probably have to watch, from my point of view experience, I would say close to at least 20 to make up your mind whether meditation is for you or not, okay? And especially with people with epilepsy, okay? Because your sense of hearing is usually heightened, your visuals are heightened, so you are more sensitive to visual stimuli and to hearing things that are like high pitch and and lights and stuff like that. So there are certain things that will not work for you because you have epilepsy, and yeah, and those are just added to the normal way of say, hey, I don't like this person voice, how they do the meditation. Now there are two other things that if meditation is not for you, there are two other things. So there's relaxation. So you can practice relaxation, which is not the same as meditation, okay? Relaxation is wonderful. It brings the cortisol down, it brings the anxiety down, it relaxes the body, it helps sleep. So it's very, very important. Yes. And you practice, okay, so Adi finds Jesus in meditation and practice yoga and meditation, listen in silence, and in silence, yes, you found Jesus. So yes, meditation is wonderful. And there are other things, daily affirmations, okay? What are affirmations? So this is another suggestion that I would like to make. Daily affirmations is something that you repeat. So positive daily affirmations that you repeat every day, okay, um, to change your life. Okay, it needs to be for someone to change their lifestyle. It takes a long time. Okay, so we have certain habits and we have certain life habits and things and beliefs, more than anything, and beliefs, that to make changes and positive changes to our habits and beliefs of how we can make things better, if you repeat them. Okay, so repeating things for 30 to 90 days would help make those positive changes. Okay, they need to be internal because your brain needs to internalize, it needs to believe what you're saying, that it's true. Okay, so even if you don't believe at the beginning, you practice and you believe at some point that it is true. So affirmations are not about any affirmations is just positive things that you want to put in your mind, okay? Positive gratitude, things that you're like thankful for, and things that you appreciate in your life, things that that you can overcome anything that you want. So I have how many videos? I have one, two, I think we have two or three videos, okay? On so there's one that says positive daily affirmations. Okay, that one is a long one, but if you guys practice it every day and repeat it every day, that will help, okay? The newest one of the newest ones was I made that for Thanksgiving Day. So for those of you who would like to practice gratitude, practicing gratitude is very important, and it's very, very healthy. It makes you see, Okay, it makes you see just how, especially if your life is not going the way you want it to, and it's really, really difficult. It helps you to see the good things that you have in your life already. Okay, so instead of that cup, the metaphor about the cup being half full and half empty. That cup, instead of being half empty all the time, it's half full. Okay, and when you go from that point of view, when you change things to see things differently, okay, that's how your perception of life, what your perception of life is very important. Okay, so when you see things differently, when you see them in a positive light, and you see them as, hey, I do have people who love me. I do have, I don't know, pets. If I don't have pets, you can always go out for a walk, or stroll outside and meet people with dogs, people who walk dogs, and there's a lot of dogs that will greet you and say hello to you. Now I live in the area where we have a lot of dogs. We have like, I don't know how many people are walking all the time with dogs. Like throughout the days, like hundreds of dogs walking through my area. All right. So if somebody, even if you don't have a dog, there are some people who just hang out in the area just to say hello to a whole bunch of dogs. Okay. That makes them happy and it's great. I am blessed. God and her heartbeat in my chest. Okay, you are not uh, you are not your body. Okay, our bodies are our vessels. Okay, so we need to take care of them. We need to put healthy foods. As healthy as possible. Always there is a lot of limitations for some people, especially if you're going through health changes and health difficulties and lifestyle changes. It can get very, very expensive. The life can get very expensive, paying for medication and paying for the foods that you need. So it's very important that you actually put that effort into eating healthy, sleeping healthy, um, breathing healthy. Okay, uh, practicing even just daily breathing. So either through meditation or through relaxation. There are relaxation sessions that I'm actually gonna make a video, guys, for you for relaxation. I have a few with just music, for sleep and stuff, but I am gonna make a few guided relaxation videos for you guys. We'll start with one. Okay, before December, before the New Year's. So I'm gonna do that relaxation video for you guys. So it's gonna be geared for people with epilepsy. So it's gonna have soft music and soft voice and things that are geared for people with seizures. Um, Thank you, Adi. Thank you for your support. You are super cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. Um, and So, support for children with epilepsy. How to emotionally support children with the condition. Now, the most the most important part of it is you as a parent to educate yourself on what epilepsy is, on what your child's seizures are, okay? Especially what type of seizures they have, to educate yourself on how you can help them, on how to deal with them, okay? And then you can learn how to support them, okay? You got to learn how to emotionally support them, how to help them emotionally, because they're going to go through emotional stuff, and Oh my gosh, when they teenagers, teenagers go through hormonal changes. Just imagine being a teenager and having epilepsy at the same time. Horrible, horrible thing, okay? So you got to be supportive at all times, okay? You gotta, if you're a parent, sometimes you need to, forget about yourself, and you gotta think about your child. Hey, you just keep whatever is going on, inside of you, and help your child to deal with their emotions. It is very important. Anxiety, oh my gosh, depression, those things are gonna be going up and down like crazy, like a yo-yo, okay? It's gonna go, hey, like a trampoline jump, all right? But they skyrocket. It's not just a little jumps. Those things, jump. It could be 1 minute you could be depressed, the next minute you could have anxiety. All right, so it's a huge thing, okay? You need to reach out for support. If you can find uh, information on where to get your support for depression, outside of home, or perhaps something online. Make sure it's geared towards epilepsy. Make sure that when you have your child listening to music, that it's not something that says, oh, this is good for your relaxation, but it's actually not good because of the, let's say, high pitch of the music, or something is actually making the person more sick than that they should. All right. Now, managing medication and side effects, emotional and physical effects of epilepsy medication. Okay, so yeah, medication. You got to deal with medication. You have medical study? No, I just educated myself about epilepsy, and I have, my daughter had epilepsy since she was 13. Right now, she's over 30. So it's been many, many years. She just recently left home. And so, been many, many years of experience of dealing with different types of seizures, educating ourselves, on foods, on what to eat, educating ourselves on sleep. It's still, because of my lifestyle, that for some time I worked nights, and so my daughter would be up at night too. That's not a good thing, okay? Gotta sleep at night and be up during the day, which is the best thing to do. Okay, so you have, I hear you. So you have benzodiazepine and it's not good. Okay, I hear you. If there is a way that you can change the medication, I would highly recommend. This one is one of the worst, okay? Now, depending, you said you have absence seizures. Do you have tonic-clonic as well? Because benzos are not really that good for. That's probably not even a proper medication for you. Okay, so you should go back to a doctor and find you how many seizures do you have throughout the day, the absence. And yeah, let me know if you have the tonic clonic as well, and how often. All right. Because, okay, proper medication can help you be better. Wrong medication can make it worse, a lot worse. Okay. Now, at some point, my daughter was on benzodiazepines, and at some point, she could not even walk by herself to the bathroom. Okay. Um, so, finally, I kept on education. I mean, internet was not as good years ago as it is today, all right? So right now we can get a lot of information on the internet that we never had available years ago, all right? But as I educated myself, I said, hey, I want my daughter off this medication. And she got off that medication, she got better. Her seizures changed. Okay, so she started having different seizures. And uh, no, I am not a doctor. No, I am a mom who has learned a lot about my daughter's epilepsy. That's all, and her seizures. Um, yeah. Okay, so Adi says he's tonic-clonic and absence, and also grand mal seizures. Grand mal is tonic-clonic, Adi. Because my epilepsy is generalized idiopathic epilepsy. Okay, so that's just a name they call it idiopathic because uh, the um, the measurements that are taken. Okay, so when they test people to for epilepsy, they say, okay, don't sleep for 24 hours, come and do this test. So when the what's it angiogram, it doesn't show. Sorry, I'm so tired. So when it does not show, um, they connect you with the electrodes and stuff, and it does not show that you have abnormal, stuff going on in your brain. Then they say, oh, then your seizures are idiopathic. But uh, just one test does not mean, okay, that doesn't mean that. So there's one thing that you can do, sleep study. Okay, I don't know if you have ever gone or if you have sleep study available in your area. So it's called sorry, epilepsy, EMU, so epilepsy monitoring unit. Okay, so we have here in Canada, in Toronto. My daughter went twice for that. She also has generalized seizures and the tonic-clonic ones, and she was not a candidate for to have surgery because uh, if they're doing surgery, it's only they can only do it if it's in one part of the brain. Now, if it's all over the brain, they can do nothing. Okay, so yeah, so you're probably on the same boat. I would suggest, okay, that go and consult your neurologist. Talk to your neurologist to see if you can change your medication. Okay, very important. Now, my daughter, we also have the videos showing that when she broke her legs, both of them, apart. I think it was 1 month apart or 2 months. Yeah, about that. And so she ended up in the hospital. Then they sent her from there with that foot, one of the feet still being broken, to the epilepsy monitoring unit. Okay, and in the hospital she met a really good neurologist who helped her and found the proper medication for her. Okay, so there could be sometimes could be two or three different ones. Okay, more does not mean better. Okay, not necessarily. It could be, some people are better without, completely without medication. And no, don't just take it out because you think, oh, I made me better. You cannot just stop like that because that will definitely affect you, big time. Okay, so that's one thing that should never be done. Okay, forget the medication. Don't forget the medication. Make sure you take it at the same time every day, and that's very important. Um, You have also light sensibility. I have this. It is a trigger for me. So yes, so playing video games is not a good thing for you. Okay, a lot of people do like to play games. Um, I like to play games, but I can. I am still. I don't. I have sometimes. I am very sensitive to lights. So depending on different lights over the years, actually, my sensitivity actually got stronger. So I am quite sensitive to lights right now. But still, probably not as much as some other people. So yeah. So in my home, it's almost dark because it's okay for my disease. Yes, it is very good. Okay. Now, especially for the evening, before, so this is something I wanted to talk about when it talks about, sleep, sleep and getting ready for sleep. So, a lot of people, because we have artificial light. Okay, we have a lot of artificial light, and we have internet, and we have you can watch movies, you can watch videos and stuff. So when things happen uh, during the day, and it's light and it's daylight, that's healthy. Okay, and try to be outside just as much as possible, which is healthy way. If you have seizures, it's best if you have a friend that goes with you. So that's a support system that I was teaching Virginia to use that whenever she could, instead of going out herself, to go out with a friend. Um, and before going to sleep, so because a lot of people who have epilepsy, they have a really hard time falling asleep. Okay, they have very hard time sleeping. A lot of things, emotions going on, anxiety, depression, whatever. So, working again with a circadian rhythm. What this means is you sleep at night and you stay up during the day. Okay, changing to that rhythm is very important. So if your lifestyle is reversed and you stay up at night, I would strongly suggest that you go and start changing it to sleeping at night. Okay, and staying up during the day, and getting prepared for sleeping at night. Okay, instead of a lot of people, oh, what they do, they play video games, or they watch things on their phones, or even dimming. You can dim the lights on your phone, or you can dim the lights on your screen, whatever you're watching, video, or you're watching. Oops, where's my thing? You went away. Um, You're watching video, you're watching a movie. Okay, just dim the lights on it, okay? What happened to my thing screen? Okay. Uh Before going to bed. So let's say it's nighttime. Right now, we have changed times because the winter is coming. But yeah, 7 o'clock it's already dark here. Okay, so 7 o'clock, that's a time to start dimming the lights. Okay, for those of you who have a hard time sleeping, you start dimming the lights at 7 o'clock. Put the lights on your phone, little dimmer. Okay, if there's music is loud, tune it down a little bit, and try to do more relaxing thing uh, before going to bed. Could be a good thing, could be reading a book, or if you're watching movie, watch it, so it's not so bright. Okay, again, screen is very important. The blue light is gonna try to keep you awake. Okay, so that's one thing that you can make a change, a very positive change, to help you to have a healthier life. You have also, like, yeah, okay, so okay, I read that already. Okay, so um, communicating with healthcare providers. So as I was saying, Adi, go back to your neurologist and talk to them about your medication. Okay, if you guys are not happy with how things are going in your life, strive to make changes. This is the only way that you can improve your life, is if you are actually actively uh, you know putting your mindset on improving your life. So some of the things is, making sure that you relax throughout the day. Okay, a lot of people, myself included, a lot of, I produce a lot of cortisol, and I've been doing that fight or flight situation. I've been a single mom, of two for many years, and I had to deal with a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression too. So, you got to deal with that. Okay, you got to learn how to deal with things. And oh, thank you, Adi. Um, and so, go back to the doctor. Make sure that you get your medication. Okay, uh, and if you are not happy with your doctor, change your doctor. Okay, so that's one other thing. Now, if you happen to be ending up uh, in a emergency, okay, because you had a seizure outside or whatever, get someone there who's gonna be advocating for you while you're in emergency or at the emergency, and making sure that they don't stick you with anything that you shouldn't be taking. Okay, it is very important. A lot of people, even medical, professionals, which are anywhere from, people who pick you up in ambulance. A lot of them don't know much about seizures. They have very little knowledge. They probably know uh, a couple of things. They know the benzos, and they know the Ativan. Okay, so it's a brand name, but those are the two things that they know. And they may give you something that is totally wrong for you. Okay, so you got to be careful, or you're not diagnosed, or they don't know you have epilepsy, and for some reason you have a weird seizures, and they don't know what to do with you. Okay, so that's also having someone, as soon as you know that you're going to the hospital, or whatever, to having someone with you is very, very important, even in the hospital, to make sure that they don't give you any medications that are going to counteract. Okay, um, so uh, guys, I have made videos. Okay, so I have made music videos. um, and so those are videos that you can, there are a couple of them that are really good. One is 2 hours long, the other one's like, I think, 10 or 12 hours, that you can play. They are very popular for relaxation. Okay, so you can play that in the evening before you go to sleep, to help you relax. So those are very, very good things. Okay, practicing. So I said again, I'm gonna do an actual relaxation video. So it will be guided relaxation with relaxing music, and this is something that, I actually finally found some tools that I can improve, things a little bit better, quality, as things evolve, right? Okay, going next, epilepsy and sleep. So we did that, managing medication side effects. Okay, so that's another thing, guys, that you gotta, yeah, That's another thing. Thank you for all the cheers, Adi. I appreciate that. It's great having you here. Um, so wait, where is it? Side effects. Okay, so going back to side effects. That's why I wrote things down to make sure that I get I get as many pointers as I can talk about today. Um, yeah, uh, side effects are can be really, really, really bad. Okay, anywhere from feeling nausea, sick, headaches, migraines, problems with digestion. Guys, ignore that because I forgot to turn off my notifications, and if I do, right now it will probably yeah, it will probably turn off my uh, live stream, which I don't want to do. Okay, so dealing with the side effects. Okay, weight gain, weight loss, feeling sleepy, feeling numb, feeling like Jesus, somebody whacked you over the head. Okay, so um those are just some side effects. Okay, sleeplessness could be some side effects. You could have more anxiety from the medication that you're taking. You could have depression from the medication. You could have you could have hives. You could have face swell up. Okay, so if anything, if you're ever starting on any of the medications, new ones, always make sure you know the side effects before you start taking it. Always start with a smaller dose, and always make sure if any of the bad side effects starts happening, you stop right away. Okay, and you get help. All right, so that's very, very important. um okay, so I can't go. I have a lot of pointers here, but I just want to go. Um, I just want to go through some of them. Okay, so dealing with the stigma. Um, so how to navigate social stigma and misconceptions around epilepsy. All right, a lot of stigma, guys, and we're talking even we're not just talking about some countries where people live in a country without television and stuff and electronics. We're talking about stigma in the cities where people have a lot of misconceptions about what epilepsy is. Never put anything in a person's mouth. Okay, this sounds, it's not, what do you mean? Can you hear me? Let me just see. I hope you can hear me. uh okay, let me just check the volume here. Okay, just a second. Okay. Oh yeah, okay, the volume is fine. All right. The eyes of epileptic, Alice is I think eyes of epileptic is different from non-epileptic. um I don't think it's the eyes itself. I think it is the brain's interpretation of what is happening outside. Okay, is makes a difference. So that goes for the lights, that goes for the sound, because some people are very sensitive to sounds. Okay, now there are some. I love all kinds of music from all over the world. From all over the world. And there are some types that I just can't stand. Okay. There are some, not a specific type of music, but, some instruments or how it's played. and how it's put together, it's just no, no. Okay. It yeah. So some people are sensitive to sound, to light. Some people could be sensitive to pitch of the voice. Okay, so those are the things that you need to look at. Okay, so let me see if I can go back to my uh to my notes. What do I want to talk about? Okay. Okay. So I'd like to talk about living with uncertainty. Uncertainty. Okay. How to emotionally cope with the unpredictability of seizures. Now, a lot of people have auras. Okay. So a lot of people who have seizures, they have an aura before they're gonna have a seizure. Or what aura means is kind of, it's like a warning system. It lets the person know that they are about to have a seizure. So this could be, the way they feel. Now my daughter hasn't had hasn't had auras throughout most of her seizure life. Um, it was very, very hard because when she started having a tonic-clonic, it's if I didn't catch her, if I wasn't around to catch her, to see that she's gonna about to have one, then a lot of injuries happen. Okay, so that's another thing that is uh, that is affecting not just the person who has the epilepsy, okay, but also the person who is around, okay. So your siblings, your parents, grandparents, okay, your children, if you are a parent who has epilepsy, okay. So those are the things that are emotionally really taxing, okay, because there's uncertainty about around so many things, okay, when you start having seizures. So your job, okay, your job, it's very hard to get a job, okay. For those of you who want to work, who can work, okay, um, look for an opportunity to get a job where they will hire people with disabilities. Okay, those are probably your best bets. Now, my daughter, when she was a teenager, she worked as a bus person in a very, very bad environment. Okay, where she was unappreciated, she was pushed around, and she had a horrible, horrible manager. Okay, so your environment is very important when, if you want to work, and having that uncertainty if you ever gonna have a job. Work towards being independent. Okay, so getting something, either that you can work from home, if you can learn how to type and you can type, so possibly something like that. So something to work from home remotely, if it's something that's gonna work for you. Okay. Other things is, if you can't, you're on the mercy of disability, and that is usually not a lot of fun. Hold on. Because the funds are very, very limited, and you do have to live with other people to make sure that you can provide, that you can pay the rent. First of all, I live in Canada now. It's horrible. Okay, we have more homeless people than we have ever had in our history. Okay, hold on. I gotta have some coffee. Now, I myself, I was actually, even I was probably, I was almost homeless. Okay. The reason I didn't go and live in my car is because I'm physically not fit to live in my car. I'm not young anymore, and I would physically not be able to withstand the pain of living in a car. Watch Westworld movie? Westworld? Uh, Westworld or Waterworld? Waterworld. Oh, hi, Fabian. Fabian, are you here? You have somebody. I am alone with my cats and always with Jesus, but I don't have anybody around me. Oh, I have a dog. I used to have cats. So I used to have dogs, and then I used to have cats. I'm older now, so my cats have passed away. And I have a doggy now. I have a I have a dog that I love. Oh my god, I love her so much. Okay, I just have one dog now. No cats because that's more work, and I can just handle. I can't handle that much work. I'll drink coffee. For me, coffee is a trigger. Yeah. So a lot of people um don't, and I don't recommend it. Now I need it so I can actually stay awake. Because I did change my circadian rhythm, so I started sleeping more at night, but I've been starting to sleep like really really early, like 7 o'clock, say 8 o'clock. Oh, go sleep. But then I wake up at 3:30, in the morning, and that's not good. So right now it's it's been a few hours, but yeah, this is just to help me to stay up and to have my brain still working. um. So the uncertainty. Okay, the uncertainty on of when the seizure is gonna happen is a huge thing. Okay, it's a very scary thing. Okay, I'm sure it must have been terrifying for my daughter. Okay, because it was super terrifying for me. I am very sensitive to people. Um, to people's emotions. How they feel. If they're suffering. So I'm very sensitive that way. And just watching my daughter having to go through all of the things that she has been going through, it was, really, really taxing emotionally for me. Um, so, uh, the unpredictability. So, guys, work if you don't have aura, or if you don't think you have an aura before a seizure, especially if it's atonic, which is the one that people just collapse, or atonic-clonic, where there is a possibility of having a fall, um, and injuries. Try to think of how you felt uh, before each seizure to see if there was a certain feeling uh, that that was kind of common with before every seizure before that, but it might have been subtle, so it could still be an aura that you just didn't notice, because like my daughter said, oh, sometimes I feel an aura, sometimes I don't, but I just didn't have an aura. But then I say, like, did you just kind of, start feeling like sometimes she would have a really bad migraine? I said, hey, if you have that, go lie down, make sure that you're in a safe place, that you're laying down, either on your bed or whatever. that you gotta be in a safe position, for you to have that seizure. Okay, and that's my daughter is the one who has the epilepsy. Yes. Uh, yeah. She is, or she's older now. She's out of the home, so I just kind of, yeah, just live by myself. But yes, she has the epilepsy, and so the unpredictability is a huge emotional tax. It's a huge thing. Okay, so a lot of people, they need certainty in their life. Okay, we like to have certainty. We like to know that, if we get paid on a certain day, that we have that certainty. That the check is gonna come, is gonna show up. We have that certainty that we're gonna have a home, which like I don't have, because at any time my situation can change, and I don't want to end up like so many, actually I think close to 1 million Canadians or whatever that are living on the street right now. um it's scary. Okay, so you guys, uncertainty is unpredictability, and uncertainty is a huge thing to also learn how to cope with it. Okay, you gotta take it one day at a time. So you think, okay, what's the positive thing? Okay, uh, the positive thing is that you have a home right now. Okay, if you have one, that you have support, that you have a pet, that you have, food, even if you go to the food bank. Okay, if you are able to go and get food, you can't buy it, and you can have some support, and you can get the food from the food bank, then go ahead, and that's something that's good in life. Oh, your daughter also, she doesn't want to hear about any medication. Okay. Does she have does she also have the tonic clonic and absence seizures? How old is she? Is she like a young, or she teenager? So if she's doing okay, I mean, without the medication, and she doesn't need it, and you feel that she doesn't need it, then you know taking medication is not a better option. Okay, because for some people it may not be a better option. Every single medication comes with side effects. Okay, and they may not show up right away. Okay, they may be, something that's gonna show up years later as something else, some other disease, some other health issues, and a lot of other health issues now. So my daughter is 42. Oh, okay, okay. Okay, so she decides whether she wants to take the medication or not. Okay. Yeah, I hear you. Okay, so if she thinks she's better without it, and I mean, a lot of people choose to live without it, and not to take it. Okay, because like I said, some people have the side effects of most of the seizure, or all of the seizure medication is a seizure. Okay, so you you don't want that. Okay, you don't want to take medication, let's say for a heart disease, that a side effect would be a heart disease, right? Like, if you know what I mean. But yeah, that's what I mean. Let's go to a different thing, because the uncertainty is one of the traits that is one of the really difficult ones to deal with. Yeah, what? What? Come, crybaby, come. Come on. Come to mama. Come to mama. Come on. You're a good girl. Come on. Come on, he's a good girl. He's a good girl. Yes, he's a good girl. That's my dog. Yeah, she was crying. Okay. So I want to suggest that if you are on, especially if you're on benzodiazepine, okay, that you do not stop it right away. This is something that needs to be taken off very carefully. And if you live by yourself, that um, that you have some kind of support system. Maybe somebody could stay with you for a couple of weeks while while you're getting off of it, okay, or while you're changing to a different medication, because uh, those are very, very tough to get off. And when you're getting off the seizure medications, a lot of there are seizures that are likely, very, very likely to happen. So getting off of them is, it takes a long time to get off. But the first, I think, 2 weeks to, let's say, benzos, I think it's like maybe a month and a half, I'm not sure, depending on how much you're taking and what you're taking. So yeah, if you could have someone to be with you while you are getting off of it, then that would be the best thing to do. Okay, that's my advice. um if you want to change, or if you want to completely get off it, all right, and see what happens. But it has to be monitored. You have to have someone around, you have to have maybe someone come and check up on you. Maybe have a friend come and stay with you. Tell them, hey, come on vacation, come and live with me, for a month or whatever. You can help me get off the medication. That's a good thing. Yeah. Now, yeah, I did, sometimes I don't take, but there are always consequences if you're not taking your medication. All right. So you have to weigh the balance, see the balance, okay? What's working for you and what's not working for you. I have a lot of health issues that I take medication for. So I have to be careful what I'm taking, when I'm taking it. Even supplements, even if I take, um, vitamins and minerals and herbs, I have to make sure I don't do it at the same time, okay? Because you have to take them apart. And you take your medication with food, all right? That's one other thing that I would like to suggest. Ah, so a lot of people also have panic attacks. They have anxiety. So what I was talking before, and I don't know if I suggested that already. I probably did. To make sure that you educate yourself on techniques, on specific techniques that work for you. Okay, because everybody is different, to deal with the panic attacks and anxiety, okay? Especially the ones related to seizure anticipation. Because my daughter was, oh my God, she got even like worse and worse and worse when she was like, scared about having a seizure. So she would be stressed on top of being stressed, because, she thought she was gonna have a seizure, right? So that made things worse, that's for sure. All right. Um, Epilepsy and childhood trauma. Okay. This is something I would like to talk about because childhood trauma, so dealing with PTSD, is another issue. Okay. PTSD is a huge thing. It's a real thing, okay? And it affects people in a lot of ways. And, it affects their health, affects their emotional being, it affects their whole life and the way they see the world, okay? And their perception of what life is and what the world is, okay? If it's a safe place, if it's not a safe place, all right? So that is something that, again, I am suggesting that, you find outside help for that, and you find someone who can really really help you. So nowadays we have the internet, and we have something called, when people give their 2 cents about, somebody's, um, a doctor saying, hey, this doctor was good, this doctor was bad, okay? And the reviews are very very important, okay? So you guys, before you go see somebody, read the reviews, okay, online. Make sure that you know what the reviews are, so that you know you have an idea of who you are meeting, and who will be looking after you, okay? Especially when it comes around depression, they have to be very highly skilled. Same thing with anxiety, with the panic attacks. It has to be a person who knows what they're doing, okay? Not someone who just, came out and got a certificate online saying that, they are fit to be, someone who can tell you what to do, okay? In those aspects. Okay, so let's go to a next one since there's no questions. Okay, supporting teens with epilepsy, advocating for yourself, advocate for better treatment and accommodations. So yeah, advocating for yourself. Okay, tips for emotionally preparing to advocate for better treatment or accommodations. So, guys, when you I was always trying to teach my daughter. Let's say, I told her, hey, I'm not gonna be able to be with you like 24/7. Now she just ended up in a hospital a few weeks back. She was in and out 3 times, and they messed up things. It was just stuff with somebody improperly taking her blood. They could have ended up with having her a clot and causing stroke and everything, okay? So that was the issue from just taking blood from her, all right? Because she was sick and stuff. But yeah, so a lot of people that are not professional enough, you have to advocate for yourself. What happened is they try to stuff her with, and then with more medication that she was supposed to be actually taking, okay? And I said, you have to protect yourself. You have to. I'm not gonna be there all the time. I was there as much as I could all week. There were couple of days when I couldn't show up because I was just completely drained. I could not walk, okay? So I said, listen, a family member from her boyfriend took her back from the hospital because I couldn't do it. I couldn't walk that day. All right, so I said, you have to advocate for yourself. The doctor says you have to take this medication. You have to advocate for yourself and say, no, this medication is not good for me. Okay, the same thing, you end up in emergency, you guys have to look out for yourself. Okay, you have to be strong enough, even if you're weak, even if you're sick. If you're sick, if they try to stuff you with something that you don't understand what it is, or whatever, or the medication that you know that's going to make you sick, you say no. Okay, and you have the right to say no. All right, well, as long as you're 18, if you're in Canada. I think it's 19 in the States. But you have the right to say no to a treatment that you think that is not right for you. Okay? Um, yeah, so that's what I wanted to say. Okay? Protect yourself. Protect you. The reason I'm saying this because I have a video about this. When we ended up in the hospital, I had to take my daughter. When it got so bad that her pressure went, uh was it the BP or pressure? It was like 46 or something. It was going down. It was because they gave her a bad medication, as a bad seizure medication. Okay, and I was not educated at that time. I was not educated enough to know better, to say, hey, don't give her anything until you run it through me first and you tell me what the medication is and if it's okay for you to give it to her. All right, because you got to protect your family. Okay, you love them and you got to protect your loved ones always. All right, and you teach them to do the same for themselves, even if they feel sick or whatever. If you're the on some one kind of seizure medication, don't let them give you another type. Okay, that may make you very, very sick or worse. All right. Okay. um okay, the impact of seizure frequency. Okay. And your emotional well-being. Now, depending on how frequent your seizures are, that is how your life is going to be affected. It's going to be affected to a certain degree. Okay. Now, my life has changed when uh, I changed when I stopped being able to walk and do things. Okay. I can still walk very short distances. I cannot stand for a long time, and I have a lot of pain, different degrees of pain every day. So I'm dealing with that, and my lifestyle had to change huge. Okay, so people who have seizures, and they suddenly start having a lot of seizures, and they can't do the things that they were able to do before. This is very, very hard. Okay, emotionally, this is something that you got to um, deal with. Okay, this is something that you have to uh, make the changes to. It's not easy. Okay, it's not easy to come in terms. Hey, I can't do things. I can't do that anymore. I want to be able to live like other people. I want to be able to do this and that and this and that and this and that. And guess what? If you're not, you're just not. And you got to learn how to work around that. Okay, to still have a certain quality of life that is going to make you happy and bring you happiness. Okay. Now concentrate on positivity, daily gratitude. Okay, one of my last video is about gratitude. Okay, guys, it may sound like it's like a lot of cheerful stuff and happy go lucky. Gratitude, daily gratitude, saying what you are thankful for in your personal life, okay, because everybody is different, okay? Not everybody has family support at home, okay? A lot of people actually do live alone with epilepsy. So if you do live alone with epilepsy, and you don't have that, family member helping you and helping you, with things and giving you support, then, you can look for support elsewhere, okay? Look for it online, okay? Look for it with friends, all right? Or with communities, okay? There are certain churches that you can go to. We actually have, I myself, I'm not religious, but we have a church here that gives a lot of support to the community, okay? And they're open about it, okay? They're not saying, hey, they're not asking people, hey, do you believe in this and this? So they just say, hey, here they prepare a hot meal twice a week, for people who need it, and they're there to have a mass and stuff like that, and to give that emotional support to people who need it. Okay, so that's something that is very, very important. Okay. Um, okay. Now, creative expression for healing. Let's go through this. Using art, music, or other creative outlets for emotional processing. Okay, so most people watch movies. Okay, they watch fun stuff on TV, or I can watch, you know, funny videos. Um, they can, do things. They can play games. Or if you have seizures, that's not recommended. A lot of people still do. Um, so being creative, okay? So using art, if you like to paint, if you like music, if you like, let's say you like to make sculptures, let's say you like to draw, okay? Use your creative expression, okay? Use your creativity. You could create videos, you could, make people's portraits, or whatever it is. Just find something that makes you happy, that works for you, and yeah. Okay, so, and that works for you and that makes you feel, fills that love cup for you, okay? Which is, it could be, what fills the love cup for you. It could be, going out with friends. It could be, reaching out and, talking to people on Facebook, on TikTok, or whatever. Whatever it is, do what fills that love cup for you, okay? It could be dancing, if you like dancing, if you like watching movies, and that fills the love cup for you. I mean, that's my thing, okay? I like funny videos too. My daughter sends me funny videos, okay? But yeah, that's the thing. All right, so financial stress and epilepsy. This is um I have a lot more, but this is the one that I'm actually gonna finish up with that. Because we have one person watching. Okay. So, where is that? Financial stress and epilepsy, how financial burdens related to medical care affect mental health. Okay. Um, Not just related, okay? So, financial burdens are there, especially if you have epilepsy. Usually, if you're lucky enough to be on disability, to have some income, coming. If you're in Canada, you can probably pay for your rent and your food. If you're in Canada, you cannot. If you live by yourself, you have to live with other people, so you can all chip in to be able to eat and to have a roof over your head. Okay. Um, Now it is very, very, so guys, reach out for all kinds of help. Okay. Looking for work. So again, I'm going to repeat this because I did talk about it for a short period of time. Trying to get work if you want to. So either remotely at home, or you can try to get work outside, and going through, places, applying to places that actually accept people with disabilities, which is a great way of getting a job, and possibly a good one as well. Okay, so dealing if somebody has to be buying medication, that's going to be very, very expensive. You're going to be dealing with a lot of a lot of hardship. So reaching out to places who can, churches where you can get free clothing, food, food banks where you or churches where you can get some food and some support there. um so yeah, I mean, those are the things that you need to look out after, because the financial stress is always there, for, I would say, pretty much everybody. Because that's how we live nowadays. We don't actually have to, hunt for food, but this is our hunt, is the one for the money, so we can actually pay for the living expenses. Okay. And so if sometimes look for help. Okay, so there are different areas of the world, different areas of Canada, America, whatever. There could be different programs that may help you pay for the medication. Okay, so educate yourself, reach out to local or the closest, whatever, epilepsy place, where you can, ask them where you could get support like that. Look online. Google is very good right now. There's so much information on Google. You could probably, search your area, and see, just ask what type of health, uh, what is it called? It's like subsidized. What's it called? Subsidized. I think it's like kind of help on in paying the medication. I am so tired. I'm just getting so tired. Okay, so this is the last thing I'm going to talk about, and so get help in paying for your medication. Now, one of the medications that my daughter had was not covered um, through her regular medium, so she we got, actually, the neurologist that we were with at the time, he said that he can apply to the government to have that medication, because of her financial situation, to have that medication covered directly from, by the government. And that's what happened. I mean, she would not be able to afford that. There's no way we could, even when we were living together, we could ever afford that. So, um, those are the things that you really, really have to look after. Okay? So, guys, thank you for being here with me today. It has cooled down quite a bit. I am falling asleep. So, I tried to go live with my daughter. It did not work today for some reason. It did work the other day when we did the two of us side by side, and I'm gonna see what the issue was. Try to go live like that again and find what the issue was. Well, obviously I need to read about it why it didn't do it this time, because there was no changes that I made. That I don't know why, but that's something that I actually wanted her to be present for, so she could, share with you guys the things that her point of view on things. Okay, these here are my point of view on things, and they're from a point of view of a mother of a child with epilepsy. All right, so thank you for being with me, guys. Lots of love to all of you. Remember, we have extensive library of videos, okay? Anywhere from emotional support to different types of seizures. There are educational videos, okay? So in those videos, I give tips, okay, about the seizures, about what to do, about what not to do, what happened. Some people don't even know they have seizures until they actually watch the videos. They're not sure what's going on with them. So that usually happens with people who have the myoclonic, the fluttering of the eyes. And we have videos, relaxation music videos. So for now, just the relaxation music videos that I have created, different ones. You guys are welcome to check it out. One is affirmation videos for epilepsy. I highly recommend that one. Okay, you guys, I know you're not really watching it because it may seem to be boring because it's just like plain, I'd say the affirmation, and then it's on the it's on a display, so uh, you can repeat it, okay, and you can hear yourself saying it. So that's a good thing. And when you're doing affirmations, affirmations should be done at least 30 days, okay, consecutively, so you can start internalizing all the positive and good things in your life. Okay, so affirmation videos, relaxation videos, and most of it just, some seizure videos, education videos, videos when we ended up in emergency, a lot of them as well. Okay, so mostly, and a lot of emotional support too. In some of them, my daughter is actually talking about things, so you are welcome to watch that library, and comment on under any of the videos. So when I see the comments, I can actually answer your questions if you have any. Okay. Um, that's it. I am super, super tired. I love you. Thank you for being here with me. And I'm gonna be going back live again next week. Okay, so I'm gonna schedule at least two lives for next week. Okay, I'm gonna make them more specific. So when it talks about, let's say, emotional support, I'm gonna like be super, super more. I'm gonna narrow it to an area where there isn't, oh gosh, like 100 different topics. Okay, so make it a one more narrow topic, and we're gonna concentrate on those narrower topics at the time, so we can actually go more extensively on how to cope with these issues. Okay, now one last recommendation is the video about gratitude. Okay, so that video is actually, it's my latest. Guys, let me know what you think about it. It was created just recently. Okay, so let me know what you think. Doing what happened? I am live. Hey, what's oh, YouTube, you being funny again? Okay. Um So yeah, maybe because I was looking down. I don't know. But yeah. So, guys, okay. So watch the video. For the gratitude, daily gratitude. Okay, if you wanna check out check my some of my content on TikTok. Just look me up. Real Excel. Okay, I think it's Real Excel 90 or something like that. That's but it's Real Excel. So just you'll see my face. I actually started doing some like daily gratitude there and positivity. Now, not all of them are seizure geared, so there are some of them that I've remember that TikTok has effects. Okay, so if you are like sensitive to some effects, maybe don't watch them. But yeah, I don't have effects in all of the videos, some of them. All right. So daily gratitude and daily positivity, you can check it out on TikTok. Okay. Lots of you have lots of fun, enjoy life, watch funny videos. Okay, and do what makes you happy. Ciao. Now let me see how to trim that off. What? Yes, I want to stop streaming.